Wow, am I lucky? What can I say? Yeah. Yeah, so maybe we'll have the lights down a little bit. Uh, Thank you so much for being here. It's hard to know where to start in terms of thank yous for so many people, but I've kind of integrated that in. I figured I'd be a little bit confused and flustered, so I've integrated that into the talk. And the theme today is how we've used collaboration and serendipity or luck in the fight against skin cancer. And obviously today is about the generosity that Mike has had in helping people make a difference in skin cancer and in research more generally. I'm going to tell you three short stories today. They relate to collaboration and serendipity. One is about what you've already heard about today, which is the westward move in 2006, which has, in a nutshell, worked out fantastically. And every time I talk to Stephanie, my wife, about this, she says, "I told you so." No mercy from her. I can't even have this revelation of how good it was. She just mocks me. So that's one flavor. Then caffeine and skin cancer, and then Merkel cell carcinoma, something you may or may not have ever heard about, which started off as a waste of time. And that's sort of a little bit of a story for people in terms of keep an open mind in life. It became something really, really exciting and a dream. And then I'll end with a short 5-minute video on something that Mike has alluded to and everybody has really alluded to, and that's that it's tough now to get funding for medical research. And we had an idea about how to thank people who have supported it and maybe encourage others who haven't yet, especially in the realm of actually the taxpayer that supports most of it. So here in 2005, life was good in Boston. No, okay. We had a nice house, and we had one wonderful kid, Alex, who's here, and this is Stephanie, and we were affiliated with the institutions where we trained at, and we had our wonderful mentors, and we were very happy. And then another blessing came along, Max, who doesn't think this is an interesting talk, so he gets to watch his iPad during it. Okay. But there he is, and he looks really cute. He is really cute, but boy, we make kids that don't sleep. So we were far away from home and feeling really an intense pull of family. It was really a genetic gravitational force, and we had a lot of family. My parents, Stephanie's parents, who are here today, my sisters, Becky and Sue, all in Seattle, Redmond, Olympia, Shelton. Here, David and Kirsten, my brother and his wife, and Stephanie's sister, Michelle and Keith. And my parents here, right in front of our building here, Brotman, before it was renovated and such, or fully, before the next phase was done. My dad, who would have loved to have been here, passed away a few years ago, but it was really nice to be back in Seattle and spend, some quality time and years with my family. And then here is really the supernova of gravitational force. This is Karen and Al, Stephanie's parents, taking care of our kids like they do all too often, including this afternoon, picking them up at school in Bellevue and bringing them over here. So it was just fabulous to be back with family. And these are the people that made that possible. John, most notably, who through Mariners games and Red Sox games and meetings at dermatology meetings, we worked out a way to make all the logistics work. Bill Bremner, thank you so much, and Fred Applebaum to help Stephanie and me have our affiliations with the Cancer Center, and then the dermatology team that many of whom, Sue and Betsy in particular, were very involved in the early logistics of getting us out here, and Mark Bauer from Olympia, who helped convince me to go into dermatology. And we always have a good laugh about that when I was in medical school. So he's now on faculty, and that's really fun to share with him. But then we had a lovely research setting here. Beautiful building and facility. Carol, my lab mate here, who is a great lab mate and also sent Kelly Paulson my way. I That apparent significance of that will be clear shortly, but a fabulous MD PhD student, Nora Desis, who works on tumor vaccines, and Chuck Murray, one of the pioneers here, all of whom made moving here painless and productive and wonderful. And then a great clinical team shown here, residents, the faculty, some of the people that we see patients with most often at Seattle Cancer Care Alliance. And then, so all of that was kind of as expected, and this too was advertised for Seattle. Seattle is a wonderful place to do science. Everybody said it. People are collaborative, they're friendly, they're smart, they work well together, there's synergism. Everybody said it, and it's turned out to be incredibly true. I'll just tell you about these three people briefly. After the Merkel cell virus was discovered in 2008, a couple years after I came here, and I'll tell you about that in a couple minutes, these people all approached me and said, there's cool things that we can do. And we have had a blast since then, and I think you'll see made an exciting difference in how the nastiest cancer that we know of, 3 times more likely to kill somebody than melanoma, is managed. So this was as advertised, but fully exceeded. You guys are recruiting people. You can say Seattle is a wonderful place to be and to collaborate. But here is the surprise. No one prepared me for the quality of people I would have in my lab. No one sold that. I mean, I guess maybe part of it's in Boston. There's incredible competition for good people. There's a ton of labs there. But I have had fabulous people all the way from undergrad, even high school, through medical school, MD, PhD, a couple MD, PhD students, Kelly and Olga, great fellows, and junior faculty. Shalender Bhatia is here. We're collaborating on a bunch of fun, exciting things as an assistant professor. So it's a really wonderful, synergistic place with just great people. So this really exceeded my expectations, and the move was just couldn't be more appropriate in many ways.